This is the Iowa weather report for Wednesday, October 14th, 2015. Now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Ridge over the west still and a trough over the east. Flow out of the northwest is going to keep us still a little bit cool. It'll be a bit warmer though today as the sunshine is still around and has been for quite a number of days. No real precipitation anywhere close to the state, a little bit well off to our east, but will remain mainly sunny with highs mainly in the 60s, a few low 70s in our western counties with plenty of sunshine. As I said, it won't be as windy today as it's been the last couple of days. Thursday it'll be pretty much about the same story. Sunshine, a couple more clouds, especially in our eastern and northern counties, with a system that's going to graze the state to our north and northeast, and that's going to bring some cooler weather as we move into Friday. Temperatures Friday may not even get out of the 50s in most of the state, maybe a few low 60s in our south and western counties. Some parts just northeast of the state may not even get out of the 40s for highs, and that's going to lead to some fairly cool temperatures Friday night into Saturday morning. Lows in the upper 20s possible in our northern and northeastern counties, and they will struggle into the 50s here on Saturday. Still plenty of sunshine around across the state. Sunday, probably the best of the two weekend days. As the winds turn around to the south, temperatures should boost back up into at least the 60s for most of the state. Maybe a few upper 50s in our far northeastern counties, but mainly 60s across the state. And then it looks like our next chance of rain comes in as we move into the new work week here on Monday, with a frontal system that's going to come in with a few showers. Don't see much thunder possible with this system, and this front looks to hang up a little bit as it moves slowly through the state, so we should still see a little bit of activity here on Tuesday. With the amount of clouds around on Tuesday, that should keep the temperatures down, mainly in the upper 50s or low to mid 60s with the cloudiness, as I mentioned, around. Too early to determine rainfall amounts at this point, and you can still see by next Wednesday that system is just starting to move away from the state, so we could see some early day showers in our eastern counties on Wednesday with some clearing possible by late in the day, but it is going to bring a slight cool down here on Wednesday. We should see readings into the 50s for most of the state, with sunshine returning at least by the afternoon hours, with some gusty winds out of the north and west, but not as gusty as we saw earlier this week. As we go into the extended period around the 25th, well, this looks a bit amplified. Big trough over the west, big ridge over the east, mainly centered over Florida. Here, the flow is coming out of the southwest, and with the system approaching from the west, this could bring us a bit of activity as we move into this time period, and this could bring us a bit of thunder if this is to be correct, and it could also bring a little bit of that white stuff way to our north and west, but say Montana and maybe even parts of North Dakota. But that amplified pattern seems to go away by the end of the forecast on the 29th, mainly zonal across the country. You can see a bit of an axe trough trying to begin just to our west. See the little kind of point there? That's with the system. It's going to just graze south of the state with a couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two around Texas and Oklahoma down to the Ohio River Valley. But it looks like some seasonal readings in the 60s toward the end of the month of October. Satellite image from last evening looked very barren across the country. Only a couple of low and mid-level clouds in New England, back into the Virginias or so, and a couple clouds out west, but it's very barren and quiet across the country at this point. And the watch warning map looks very barren and quiet at this time. Just a few issues. Red flag warnings in Wyoming, a freeze warning in southern Colorado, but nothing much else going on across the country. And even if you look at the QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days, you see not much happening either. A couple of rain showers in the northeast and somewhere the southwest, mainly amounts of about an inch or less in most areas, and nothing around here.